the rule regulation, you have to keep it. Doesn't matter, you there, you the burden or afternoon, you still have to keep it. That's self-discipline. Like me and my boss, he's we have very good example to our students. We keep that. Everything we tell them to do, we do it. We do meditation now.
John McCain wrote the name of teacher 3 times. Namo Sankhya Moni Buddha. Namo Sankhya Moni Buddha. Namo Sankhya Moni Buddha. The topic I want to talk to you today is about the merit. Okay, like last week when I swim with Quang Leon, we talked about merit. He asked about me the merit. I said, a very good deed you do, you generate the merit. And he asked me about transfer the merit. You transfer merit, you have more merit. It's true. It's exponential. Because the action with transferred merit is a good merit too. So everything you do is good. It's a good deed, you generate the merit. And when you transfer the merit, that means you practice loving kindness, loving compassion. You give the result, the good merit you do, the good action you do, the good deed you do, you generate the merit. So it multiplies. It makes you have more merit. And you keep doing it, you make more merit. It's exponential. What it is, you make the other people benefit from your good deed, your good action. So it's a merit. So we go back to the teaching of Buddha. In the Gatha, Buddha teaches, don't do bad deed, don't do something bad, do something good. That's the teaching of Buddha. And you tame your mind. So the key point of the teaching of a Buddha is do not do bad, do good, tame your mind. And that's the teaching of Buddha. And all you do that, you accumulate merit. That's normal for everybody. That's the good people. But in the same time, when you chant the Heart Sutra, you hear that Bodhisattva, they don't worry about achievement because they have the teaching is we people, we worry about the result because we believe in the karma. Yeah, good action generate good result, bad action, bad result, bad karma. But when Bodhisattva, they don't generate anything. They don't do any cause, so they have no result. And in the when you chanting that mantra, if you don't generate any cause, you don't worry about any result. That reason why Bodhisattva, they don't generate any cause at all. They have a no result. So it go back, when you don't do any action, you have a no result. So go back to the notion of emptiness and you study it, you understand the meaning of emptiness and you contemplate that. The practice of Buddhism requires a lot of contemplation. We then chant not of the sacred of chanting. It's not superstition. It's not idolatry. So when you chant, you study a lesson. You want to comprehend. You want to understand deeply. So you need to contemplate it. You need to contemplate what Buddha want to teach us, why we have that kind of lesson. And the only way you understand that, we contemplate that. So contemplate on the teaching, contemplate everything you chanted. It makes a sense to you. If you don't contemplate it, you just waste your time. Like when you study, if you don't understand deeply the lesson a professor give to you, you don't benefit from the education. Education is not rote memory. You don't memorize that to pass the test or to get a good grade. You study to understand it, to accumulate the knowledge and assimilate it. The assimilation is very important. If you don't assimilate it, you don't comprehend the teaching. That doesn't have any good result. The practice Buddhism too. So I encourage people to practice it. A lot of people, they just only know they want some superficial study, some theory. That wouldn't benefit them. It's like you listen to music, you don't memorize it. The lyric of the music is very important. The wording is not that important. Sometimes it sounds good, but the lyric have a meaning. So when you play an instrument or you listen to a song, the lyric have some meaning, some impression, you get it. But people, they just about the sound, a lot of sound, that's all. It go one ear, go through the other ear, and nothing stay behind. But when you listen to good song, really the lyric makes sense to you. It make you happy, you enjoy it. The comprehension of the lyric, you enjoy more and it motivates you. That's the music. And in the religion, in the Buddhism, the same way. If you understand the mantra, the sutra, it makes sense to you. Really, you benefit from the practice. And the practice is extremely important. The more you practice, the more you deepen your comprehension. And people, they don't want to take the effort because they think that I know Buddhism. They don't know it. They just go superficially. Some people, they claim they are Dharma teacher. They know a little bit about theory. They go to a home, they open the book, they read about that, they memorize something, and they go down to throw out, vomit it out. And they think that the teaching is not. That the practice make you a practitioner. When you're a good practitioner, you example, your teaching makes sense to the people. Like you want to become a professor or a teacher, you first have to learn it. And you learn, the more you learn it, you advance it. And you get a degree or certificate of teaching. That doesn't mean you become a teacher or become a Dharma teacher. Just show that you have some knowledge, some theory knowledge. But doesn't mean you're a good teacher. It takes how many years to have an experienced teacher? You see the difference between the new teacher and the old teacher. The old teacher, the ear for teaching, it makes the teachings more comprehensive, make the teaching more meaningful. The young teacher, no, they just throw out what they learned, and it's not the experienced teacher can help the student much better because they do practice, they learn it, and they assimilate it. And when they teach it very meaningful. It's the same thing like a Dharma teacher. If you are really a Dharma teacher, you have to practice it. You need to practice. There's no good Dharma teacher if you don't practice it. You have to practice because you practice make your comprehension deeper. So the merit, the same thing. If you do any good action, you generate a good result. You have a merit. But because you are a Buddhist person, you're a good Buddhist person, you don't keep the merit for yourself. It's not, it's not benefit you, but you transfer the merit. That means use your influence or the body teaching or the verbal teaching. You influence your listener, your audience. That the merit will transfer to them. And the action, the did you do it, you multiply more result, more merit. So it's exponential. That's the reason why merit generate more merit. You didn't stop there. That means you practice loving kindness, loving compassion. You practice love, you generate more love. It makes the people, they stop the hatred, the discrimination. Like for example, you see the way Buddha teach, it's very democratic. He say that I'm the Buddha, you are the Buddha in future. He motivate us. He said, you practicing that, you reach my level. And I remember before, yeah, there are many good king emperor. They say this one. When you think back, they are good. They're good king emperor. They say three things very important: the time, the space, and the people. Three things. They never say I am. Okay, like really, the president. He said, I'm the president. He should say I'm the public servant. If he really good president, he should say, I'm the public servant. I'm a citizen like you. I'm the first citizen. He never say, I'm the president. I'm the highest. I'm like a deity. I'm the emperor, the king. It's not that. Even the king say that. The most important in the country is the time, the space, and the people. That's the three elements. And the emperor and the king, they understand that the three principle. He is good king or good emperor. But the guy said, I'm the emperor. He's a dictator. He's not a good king. President the same way. If somebody says that I'm the public servant, he is a very good president. But the guy said, I'm the president. I have the authority. I have the executive order. That's very bad president. He doesn't understand his duty, his obligation. So when you study Buddhism, you want to generate merit, the first thing you have to do a good deed. If you do the good deed, you keep doing the good deed, you have a merit. And accumulate, you transfer to the people. You should influence you body example, your body teaching, and your verbal teaching to help them. The body teaching is very important, the example, okay? It's not the talking. Sometimes the talk, the empty talk. Everybody can say something good, but they didn't practice it. If they say something good, you didn't practice it, it's hypocrisy. Practice it, do it. And people, they recognize it. But if they don't do it, just empty talk. Do nothing. And we don't deceive ourselves. We have to be sincere to ourselves. If you want to serve with sincerity. Because that you do it for your own good. When you serve, what mean we serve ourselves? We want to elevate ourselves. We don't want to serve to show to the people that, oh, I serve. I want you to recognize that. It's my merit. Merit, you don't have to ask the people to recognize. They have no authority. They have nothing. They can make you a better person. You make yourself a better person. You build up your merit yourself. Nobody can say because of the monk or the Buddha, Bodhisattva recognize my service, so it's a merit. No, it's your merit, your own merit. So you understand that kind of merit. You are a good practitioner. So the merit is very, very important in our life, especially the life of Buddhist practitioner. Do it. Do it in any way. Do it. Try to do it for your own good, and your own good, you help people. It make it more, and so we have more merit. That's the merit. That come back to the teaching Buddha. Don't do bad, do good, tame your mind. Contemplation. Contemplation extremely important. That's the teaching, that's the quintessential teaching of Buddha. On the sutra, he write out, do that. He just wanted us to understand it. They said one thing in the teaching of Buddha, you comprehend the Buddhahood. We chant on the Lotus Sutra. He said everything come up only one way, one vehicle. The vehicle that the Buddhahood. Before he teach different three vehicles, because that time we not dedicated yet. We not understand enough yet. So he have to divide the teaching in three vehicles. But after that, you understand a little why. He said, you're pretty advanced now. So I teach you only one thing, is the Buddhahood. And the Buddhahood, it leads you to Buddhahood. Before I said, no, you go to that and go to Nirvana and you go to paradise. So people, they think that, oh, that my goal, go to Nirvana, go to paradise. He said, no, it's not your goal, you're learning. Your learning is not to go to Nirvana, go to paradise, to become a Buddha, to become an awakened person. That's the Buddhahood. So important. That's the reason why I think the Lotus Sutra is the excellent sutra. Try to chant the Lotus Sutra. Try to understand the Lotus Sutra. It helps you tremendously. The other sutra, they are good, but our main sutra is the Lotus Sutra. It's so good. It's the quintessence of all the sutra. It's the number one sutra for us. Study it, and that if you benefit from that, you have more merit. The more you chant the Lotus Sutra, the more merit you generated. So understand the sutra. That for us, for all of us, each chapter says something. Each chapter, everything. Like the second chapter we chant today with Japanese people, chant about phương tiện, that the means. Buddha say that all the means he teach before the three vehicle come back to only one vehicle, that Buddhahood. But people, they don't understand it. They're so scared. And they said five people. They were in the meeting there. They left, they get out, they left. They said no. They didn't want that way. Our respect for Buddha, but they left. They said the only thing they wanted, nirvana. They wanted the paradise. So they said, no, that's enough for them. They leave. But Buddha said, okay, if they don't want to understand it, that's their decision. But now I want you to advance it, to go a little bit further. You go to the Buddhahood, only one way, one vehicle. So if you understand that, it benefits you. So I would summarize that. Go back to practice the Lotus Sutra. That's the best thing for all of us. We benefit from that. Because the Lotus Sutra is so advanced, a little bit more difficult than the other sutra. We try it. We tried it. Understand that. The more you chant the Lotus Sutra, the better you will be. Okay? You have a more merit. That's the merit. You want to get it. And the merit is it to help yourself before you can help the other people. Some people, they thought, I want to help the other people. But according to the Buddha's teaching, you need to help yourself first before you can help anybody. That's really life too. You said you help your family. If you don't have education, you don't have a skill, you cannot make a living. How we can back to help your parents, your loved one? There's no way. So you need to help yourself first. You help society too. I want to help society, but yourself, you cannot be productive. You cannot do something good to you yourself. How we can help the other people? So in Buddhism, the same way Buddha said, help yourself first and then help the other people. That's the goal in life. Okay, that's the merit. That today I talked about the merit. I wish maybe you can go back to do a little bit more contemplation. Everything contemplation, contemplation. You think deeper and deeper what you're doing, why you do it, what would be the result, and you will benefit from that, and you have more merit. Okay, that's the merit in Buddhism. That's all my talk today. If you have no question, we'll transfer the merit and go to general practice. Okay. Namo Sakya Moni Buddha. Namo Sakya Moni Buddha. Namo Sakya Moni Buddha. Any positive karmic action we accomplished today, you want to transfer the merit to everybody and wish them the enlightenment. Nobody much today who can go to the aspiration and Samantha, but not back there. Aspiration of Samantha Badra and merit transfer agreement ceremony. And we've talked today about the merit transfer. Inviting the bell.
Holy speech and mind in perfect oneness, I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Listen, listen, this wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. Incense offering. In gratitude we offer this incense to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas throughout space and time. May it be fragrant as herself, reflecting our careful efforts, our wholehearted mindfulness, and the fruit of understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize our true home.
Open the ears.
The incense in the censer now is burning all the Dharma realm in every place. Auspicious cloud that carry our sincere intention, thus fulfilling as all Buddha and so homage to the incense cloud canopy, Bodhisattva and great Bodhisattvas. Homage to the eternally abiding Buddha, the supreme Dharma, and sage of the Sangha throughout the Dharma realm and the realm of empty space and free period of time. To the fundamental teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha, Maitreya, honor future Buddha, Manjushri, great wisdom Bodhisattva, universal great conduct Bodhisattva, all Dharma guarding Deva Bodhisattva, and the magic mountain assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Homage to Amitabha Buddha, intellect of ultimate Avalokiteshvara, great compassion Bodhisattva, within Bodhisattva, first or great vow Bodhisattva, and the assembly of great pure sea light Bodhisattvas.
Ocean Samantha Bhadra Bodhisattva.
Namo Samantha Bhadra Bodhisattva. Namo Samantha Bhadra Bodhisattva. Namo Samantha Bhadra Bodhisattva. Purity of body, speech, and mind, I vow to all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future, without exception, in every world, in all the 10 directions, by the power of this aspiration of Samatha Bhadra. I vow with as many bodies as there are atoms in the pure land of all those victorious Buddhas manifest in my mind, and I pay homage to all of them. I conceive the entire realm of truth to victorious Buddhas and perfect all the deeds of Samatavada, pure in the immaculate deeds of morality. May my conduct always be flawless and without fault. May I teach the Dharma in every tongue, in whatever scope are under by living beings in the language of the gods, nagas, demons, spirits, and human beings. May I always diligently and patiently perform the perfection. May I never disregard my intention to attain enlightenment and completely remove whatever faults may obscure and free from karma, defile, and actions of the demons that the lotus is unsoiled by the fire. So in every rebirth in the world, may I proceed unhindered like the sun and moon in the clear sky throughout all the lands in all the directions. Sufferings of the lower realms be completely relieved, establishing beings in happiness. May I work for the benefit of all living beings, fully accomplishing the activities of enlightenment. May I work in harmony with the activities of all beings. May I practice and demonstrate the deeds of Samatavada throughout all future eons. May I associate with those whose activities are similar to mine. May we act alike in thought, word, and deed, and may our aspirations be as one. May those friends who wish to help me and also demonstrate the seeds of Samatavada always meet me again, and may I never contemplate. May I always personally behold the victorious Buddhas, those guardians surrounded by bodhisattvas, and without tiring in all future eons. May I always present the magnificent offerings. May I always uphold the Buddha's sacred Dharma and illuminate the deeds of enlightenment. May I train in the practice of Samatavada in all future eons through rebirth in all states of existence. May I gather in the stores of merit and wisdom. May I become an inexhaustible treasure of all virtues of method, wisdom, concentration, and liberation. May I always behold as many pure lands as there are heavens present in each pure land, with inconceivable Buddhas sitting in the midst of their bodhisattvas and performing the activities of enlightenment. In this way, may I be able to see everywhere, even on every mote of dust, countless Buddhas of the past, present, and future, limitless pure lands and endless eons. May I always see the pure speech of the victorious Buddhas, which holds within each word the totality of the perfect Dharma, and the notion of words and languages precisely suited to the needs of all living beings. May I possess perfect intelligence so as to heed the endless melody of speech with the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future. present, and future. Thus may I enter into the realms of the victorious Buddhas in all directions. May the illuminators of the worlds of the future realize the sage of Buddhahood, of turning the wheel and of the profound peace of Nirvana. And may I always be in their presence. May I acquire the perfectly accomplished powers of enlightenment, the power of miraculous swiftness, the power of perfection of every spiritual path, and the power of all virtuous qualities. May I acquire the power of all pervasive love, the power of the merit of every virtue, and the power of all transcendental wisdom, and the powers of perfect knowledge, and meditation. May the power of action be utterly purified, the power of passions utterly subdued, the power of demons utterly destroyed, and the power of the deeds of Samatavada perfected. May the ocean of lands be purified, the ocean of beings liberated, the ocean of Dharma realized, and the ocean of wisdom fully attained. May the ocean of practice be purified, and the ocean of aspirations accomplished. May the ocean of Buddha be ceaselessly worshipped, and the deeds of enlightenment tirelessly performed. May I completely fulfill all perfect aspirations to enlightened activities in order to attain the stage of the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future, according to the deeds of Samatavada. The eldest son of the victorious Buddhas is called Samatavada. I dedicate all these victorious actions that my deeds may be like this. May my body, speech, mind, activities, and environment always be pure, and may I become equal to this excellent aspiration of Samatavada. May I tirelessly accomplish the virtuous deeds of Samatavada, and the aspirations of the Bodhisattva Manjushri throughout all future eons. May there be no limit to my activities. May there be no limit to my virtues throughout endless pleasure. May I accomplish all miraculous feats of living beings, just like the limit of open space. May the limit of my aspirations be equal to the limit of their activities and passions. Whoever offers to the victorious Buddhas all the perfect joys of gods and men in the infinite realms of the 10 directions, adorned with jewels, glorious beings, as there are atoms in those realms, they shall bring great merit. But whoever hears this greatest dedication, prayer, and is inspired by faith to intensely desires the green enlightenment, shall gain even higher and holier merit. Whoever recites this aspiration of Samatavada will never again endure hellish rebirth, will abandon all evil friends, and will soon behold the Buddha Amitabha. They will gain all benefits, live in happiness, attain precious human rebirth, soon become like Samatavada himself. Even those who in ignorance committed the 5 unredeemable sins will soon be completely purified by reciting this aspiration of Samatavada. They will achieve perfect wisdom, a radiant eternal form, auspicious physical arts, and a noble birth. Profane and devilish beings will not trouble them, and they will be honored in the 3 realms. They will the royal tree of enlightenment, residing there to benefit all living beings. As enlightened Buddhas, they will turn the wheel of the Dharma, taming the demonic host. Whoever knows, teaches, or recites this aspiration of samatha shall ultimately attain perfect Buddhahood. May not despair of complete enlightenment in whatever way valued manjushri and samatha. Know how to transfer merit, so do I dedicate all of my own virtues that I might came to be like them through this dedication. Praise the me by the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future. I dedicate all of these fruits of virtue to accomplishing the needs of samatha at the moment of my death. May all obscurations be removed, that I may behold the Buddha Amitabha. Go to the pure land of perfect bliss, in that blissful land may I completely fulfill all of these aspirations and benefit all beings, as long as the universe remains joyful. There is that blessed assembly of the Buddhas. May I be reborn like the holy ones from an exquisite lotus, and may the Buddha Amitabha himself foretell my own enlightenment. May I therefore accomplish countless benefits for living beings in all the 10 directions by the power of perfect wisdom in its myriad incarnations, through whatever small virtue I have gathered by reciting this aspiration of samatha. May all the virtuous aspirations of living beings be accomplished in a single instant through the boundless merit by so dedicating these aspirations of samatha. May the countless beings drowning in the torrent of suffering reach the stage of Amitabha. May this greatest of dedication present in countless beings, may reciting this order of the samatha resolve all beings from the suffering of the lower realms. Namo samatha, namo bodhisattva, namo samatha, bodhisattva, namo samatha, bodhisattva.
The 10 great value, the 10 great vow of Bodhisattva Samantabhadra.
To worship and respect all Buddhas, to make praises to the thus come ones, to practice profoundly the giving of offerings, to repent and reform all karmic endurance, to rejoice and follow in merit and virtue, to request that the Dharma will be turned, to request that the Buddhas remain in the world, to always follow the Buddha's teaching, to constantly accord with all living beings, to transfer all merit and virtue universally.
Transfer the merit. May
all beings without limit, without end, have a share in the merit just now made, and whatever other merit I have made, those who are dear
I
take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and of love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. Dwelling in the refuge of Buddha, I clearly see the path of light and beauty in the world. Dwelling in the refuge of Dharma, I learn to open many doors on the path of transformation. Dwelling in the refuge of Sangha, shining light that supports me, keeping my practice free of obstruction. Taking refuge in the Buddha in myself, I aspire to help all people recognize their own awakened nature, realizing the mind of love. Taking refuge in the Dharma in myself, I aspire to help all people fully master the ways of practice and walk together on the path of liberation. Taking refuge in the Sangha, in myself I aspire to help all people build fourfold community, to embrace all beings and support their transformation.
carrying the merit.
Reciting the sutras, practicing the way of awareness, gives rise to benefits without limits. We vow to share the truth with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends, and numerous beings who give guidance and support along the path.